Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures. Today we have, well, something that's not so miniature but is still pretty obscure. This is, oh god, how do I pronounce that name? Xu Zhen, the Schweren Grand Demon Master. Oh god, I don't know. This is a crazy, ridiculous piece from Cobramode that I saw this and they posted this on Reddit. I'm like, holy crap, I've got to try printing that. And this is about the time that my printer decided to start crapping out on me and giving me all sorts of hassles. But nevertheless, we tried to persevere. We got everything printed, but it's been a bit of a debacle trying to get everything to cooperate. We'll go into why. So most of this stuff is actually the base. Here's actually the base. And you can see here, this is, like I said, when my printer decided to start having issues, because the whole thing should be flat. Does that look flat to you? It's not. It started to peel off or something. I don't know what was going on. And then you can see there's like these weird like cut marks all over the place. But you know what? I think it'll work. So the way this is supposed to work is he's got this giant floating rock, and obviously it's going to be hollowed out. And he's got these two little pegs that have the giant demons floating around it. Now, these guys are hollow, and I hope I've drained them of all the resin. You can see there's some holes in his mouth, and there was actually a hole right here where they're supposed to attach to that little peg. Now, unfortunately, these pegs decided to expand, contract, whatever, while I let them dry. So one fits, the other does not, and I'm going to need to do some serious work to get that. Oh, okay, maybe he is going to cooperate now. Well, what do you know? Well, thank you for cooperating when I finally need to film this. I put this off for ages now because I just had such a hassle with these guys. I think what I finally did was the original prints of those pegs that are supposed to go in there to support them. I actually just went ahead and shrunk them down to like 95, 96%, I think, and that was what finally got them to work. Let me see if I can... Nope, that's even closer. That's not good. So the way this is supposed to work is there was originally like an X somewhere around here. I think it's supposed to go this way, and then this rock is supposed to help kind of cover up the spot where I I don't know. I'm going to have to figure this out. I know Cobramode actually sent me some photos to help me figure out what I was doing here. But you can see this is just going to be absolutely massive once it's actually put together. Grabbing a Frostgrave guy and our usual witch hunter friend here. Just huge model. And I think this is going to be a really impressive looking piece. And if you wanted to be crazy enough to run this as your wizard in something like Frostgrave, then hey, more power to you. I mean, that's just nuts. We haven't even looked at the actual wizard yet. He's supposed to be sitting there floating on all that. Let's take a look at him. So the wizard himself, or Yeti friend, he's not even a regular wizard. We have that, is a three-eyed, wise master looking dude. Again, I know my print job is not the greatest. It was really going bad for me. He's got like his little power symbol here. I forget what these things are called. All I remember is reading Kujakuo, and he had one that turned into a sword. That was a long time ago. Those were the 90s. So he's got that. And then I can't believe that I actually got this thing off the print plate for the most part in one piece. His arm there is, I don't know. I think the back piece is a little bit warped. You can see here, not the greatest print job as it's getting all those kind of lines all over it. But basically the idea is that arm is going to go in there. And then he's going to have that wheel thing behind him. And then his other leg, or both legs actually, they don't have the biggest legs. They'll just put right in there. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to keep a lot of these pieces separate for priming. And I'm thinking we'll at least put the actual base together for the second half of this video. And since it seems like I can actually remove the spirits for the moment, we can at least see how the base is supposed to look. And maybe, just maybe, we'll try perching our Grand Demon Master up on top. So, this is going to be a fun one. wish me luck. Hopefully everything goes according to plan. All right, folks, the moment I have been waiting for. It's been months in the making, and literally every time I try to get this thing filmed, I end up losing parts, and I finally have, I think I've got everything all in one spot. We've got it primed, we've got it put together, and I gotta say, this is one of the most ridiculous, in a good way, crazy models, oh crap, I have ever tried to put together. As you can see, I can't even fit the entire base on the screen. This thing is just nuts. There we go. Yeah. So here is the actual Grand Wizard Demon Summoner with his giant third eye in his head here. Can I even get him in focus? Let's see. Whee, there we go. His enlarged cranium. And yeah, you can see I had to prime that with a different color because actually there's a couple of different colors in here. I did not attach that arm with the back emblem just because I really wanted to be able to get in there and paint it properly. But yeah, he's supposed to... You can't even see him. He's supposed to sit way up on top of there. Yeah, this is absolutely insane. I'm just super impressed at the engineering of it all. Even with my warped base, I ended up putting it on like a 100mm base, threw a bunch of extra weights. I had some old washers and stuff stuck underneath there, piled a bunch of sand on top of it, and it seems pretty stable. I have not attached or glued on the giant demon heads yet. I got to figure out what kind of colors. I have no clue. If you guys want to offer any suggestions on that, by all means, hit me up on Patreon at least. That way I can keep track of them, because sometimes as the comments in the YouTube comment section go, they get sucked up and lost very quickly. At least I can keep track of them there. But yeah, just to give you guys a size impression, here is one of the larger Hikiga models that Cobramode makes, along with the ever popular Hanzaki models. Yeah, this is just going to be nuts. And then there's the mirror there in the middle of it all that I got to figure out what exactly I'm going to put on there too. Just, this model blew me away. When I saw this, I had to try to print it, and I'm happy I did. I'm just scratching my head as to, number one, how I'm going to paint it, but number two, where am I going to store this thing? It's just nuts. And at least if you like the evil, crazy, three-eyed, two-toed, no, three-toed, three-fingered Yeti wizard guy, you know, you can always print him off on his own. But this base is just nuts. I'm just... the engineering of it all. And it's pretty solid and sturdy, I gotta say. I know it looks, especially, these were all connected, and just the way they look, it looks like it's all going to snap off and fall over, but no. It works. I mean, I've hollowed out I printed the floaty head demons hollowed out, obviously, because otherwise that'd be an even more massive amount of resin. And then the middle one there is hollowed out as well. But just a crazy model. Part of me is tempted to just leave these off and then, you know, attach them. If I was smart, what I would have done is actually put some magnets in there. But we're not that smart. So it's not going to happen. But just an absolutely awesome, crazy looking model. And this is honestly one of the reasons why I really, really like Cobramode stuff so much. It's unique, it's different, and it's absolutely going to get some looks across the table because nobody else really does anything like this. So if you like models that have some flair and originality, or if you like platypuses or salamanders or lizards or moths, I was going to say those are lots of themes that Cobramode has been exploring. And honestly, like I've said, if you want something different, they probably make something different. So absolutely do give them a good long look. And we'll put a link to both the Patreon page and their My Mini Factory page where you can find this guy. There's always sales going on, so hopefully you can get him for a good price. Just make sure you got enough resin, and hopefully you can get your base printed out straighter than mine. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures. I don't know if that's miniature anymore. Saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Look at this. Even the Imperial Knight's like shocked. His face fell off. He's so frightened by it. Poor Knight. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.